everybody, welcome back to our channel podcast. We are Global Tech Sellers. My name is Rhonajoy Koome, a software developer, and I am joined with my two very beautiful hosts. So I'll start with on my
right.
Please carry on, tell us who you are.
I'm Diana Mongina. I'm a software developer, and I'm a mental health activist. I'm just the famous Diana.
Wow, I like the fact that you put famous.
Consistency.
Yeah, famous.
Consistency.
Yes.
Okay,
Lady on my left.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Kilonzi. I'm also a software engineer. I'm also big data analytics student. Yes, and happy to be here. So we don't have our fourth member, which is Mwikali. Mwikali is currently sick, and but we'll carry the episode. Thank you for being here.
Welcome to today's episode. I'll be hosting the episode, and we'll be talking about the tools that help us in our day-to-day life as developers. So in the digital age, we have different tools that help us enhance the things that we do as software developers, and that is what we're going to talk about today. I will start with VS Code. VS Code is mainly for the code editor that we use, and there are other different types of code editors like Vim. We have IntelliJ,
Sublime Text.
Yeah, there are a number of tools that we use in our day-to-day, and that is what we're going to talk about mainly. So we can start with Joy. What do you use, or what have you been using to aid your development process?
I think I'll mostly talk on extensions. It's good that you mentioned VS Code because mostly I'm gonna talk on VS Code extensions that you can use to be able to just better your life. Not only VS Code, but rather even for Chrome. So the first tool is called WhatFont, and this one comes in handy for front-end developers. So what WhatFont does is that, for example, if you want to clone a website and you're trying to, get the color, the size, the font that is used, so you just first of all you have to install the extension on the browser, that's Chrome or whichever browser you're using, and then you will be able to just highlight the part that you want to get the font or the color or the font size, and it gives you, so it helps you clone better or just get the font size or the color better. So yeah, what font?
Okay, so it's like what font? What is the font of this website?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, for me, I won't talk about it from a place of development. I think one of the tools I've been using lately, and I was shown it by a colleague, is called simplenote.com. So initially I was on iOS. So my phone and my laptop were synchronized enough so that I can make some notes on it. So if I do some notes on my phone, I can quickly look them up from my laptop because of iCloud, right?
Yeah.
But now I switched to Windows ecosystem. So what that meant was I don't have now the flexibility of my phone and my laptop being in sync. So simplenote.com, of course, please. So simplenote.com is definitely, it's just a notes app that you can access through the browser and also from the phone. So for me, I've been accessing it from the browser. So you create your account. Once you create the account, you can go and create notes there. So those notes, I can access them anywhere, any place. So they've been very, very helpful. For example, if I'm giving project updates, I can easily just type something and maybe refer to them later on. You know how sometimes when you're working on something and maybe you get feedback and you don't have time to quickly write it down. So you can just go ahead, write it down there and go. And another thing is also allows you to do a voice recording.
It does.
Yes. So it's such a good tool. For sure. I think you should try it.
Awesome.
Also, I've been using swagger.io. I'm not sure if you know about it. Joy, do you know about
I
it?
do. It's a documentation for
APIs.
tools for APIs.
I've also been using it.
Yeah, so when you want to document your APIs, we have been using something called OpenAPI, which is interconnected with swagger.io. So when you use it on the back end, you can generate what you want your API to look like. So if you
Like
want
a
the
summary
get,
of your endpoints,
yeah,
yes.
the endpoints, how they should look like. So you are able to do your thing in the back end, and the front end guys can use that open API structure that you've created to continue doing their thing before you even generate the endpoint.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I also use that because I work with .NET, so it
Yeah.
helps when I'm creating .NET Core APIs. It easily helps with the documentation of the thing.
Yeah.
But I have my reservations about it. I'm just using it for the sake of it.
You can
because
tell
when
us.
it's on free, if you're on free version, there are sometimes it just jams and doesn't give what you want. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We've actually experienced that with my colleagues.
Yeah.
This past week, like twice or three times.
Yeah.
Like you run the application and it doesn't load. But I think it's because it's free version. Then when you deploy it to production server, sometimes it doesn't show that documentation if it's free version. So unless you pay for it in production, it might not show the documentation.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a good one, especially with testing and development.
I love the fact that front-end developers don't have to depend on you fully.
Yes.
Actually, they have to wait for you to create the endpoint for them to start trying
Yes.
on their side. They can do it simultaneously as you create the endpoint. Also, I can...
Please, can I add something since we are talking about APIs as well? I think Postman is also a very good tool.
yeah.
Postman has been
Just
very, very
testing.
good for me. I saw by back end, everything else on the front end. I'm doing it because I have to. But with back end, it helps so much with simulating free data and also just testing your endpoints as you create them. Very, very good.
Now that you've mentioned Postman, I have
Yes.
another one to add on to Postman.
Yes.
So there's another one called Thunder Client, and for this one, you don't have to.
Wow.
You don't even need to go out of the application.
Yeah.
It's an extension in VS Code.
Madam
so you
extensions for this episode.
yeah. So you
Thunder Client.
So
Thunder
it works
Client, okay.
exactly like Postman,
Postman.
only that you don't have. It's not an app. You don't like. You can test your APIs while in your code.
So Visual
Yeah.
Studio Code.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
It's an
Visual
extension for Visual Studio.
It is.
Oh, nice. I'll look into it actually. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, we have, lately I've been writing articles. Cheers to consistency.
Hallelujah.
You're doing a good job.
I hope you
are.
always read my articles.
Please. So please, where can we find them? I saw you.
I use LinkedIn
You use
articles,
LinkedIn.
but
nice.
I will transfer them to Medium and dev.io. So onto my tools, the tools that you can use to write your articles and just let people know what you are working on or what you are learning as you go through the journey of development. You can use Medium for just posting the articles.
Yeah.
You can use dev.io.
It's dev.
.2.
Okay. Yeah, dev.2 and also now the LinkedIn article. By the way, through that I've gained a lot of
Followers.
to networks.
Yeah.
Someone told me to write something for them.
For real?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's good.
And that is
I hope
just
they're
my
paying.
4th article. Of course, I don't do work for free nowadays.
Okay. Now that you've mentioned something about writing and writing tools, I think one of the things that also as a technical writer I've also come to learn is that as a developer, if you want to grow, you have to get to a point where you find ways of sharing your work. And one of the ways that you can share your work is through writing, because the more you write about something, the more you show that you know about it for sure. Especially when it comes to tools and tutorials, actual tutorials on how to implement something. I mean, I've been writing about .NET because I'm slowly getting back to it. And I think maybe one of the things that, if you want to be a professional tech writer, I think one of the things that, like she said, dev.to, LinkedIn.
Medium.
I don't.
You're
I
not
have
a fan
my.
of Medium?
I'm not a fan of Medium because I feel like Medium, anyone writes about anything. There's
Oh,
someone talking
yeah.
about like
Food,
life,
nutrition,
relationships.
fashion.
it's so
not
much,
reserved
it's so
for
much,
developers.
so that I feel like it's jumbled together. So I know when I go to Dev2,
Yeah.
I read Dev2 articles almost every day, or when I get time, and I feel like when I go there, I'm looking for tech content.
Yeah.
So you have focused audience with Dev2. The same case with Hashnode, cybersecurity guys. You can look at Hackanoon. Like there are those sites where you can actually get focused audience on what you're writing for. So I think those are some of the tools that everyone should look out for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned, I
Yes.
think you're reminding me of so many tools. So there is another important, I will call it, what is it? An extension, but it helps you get a lot of content articles from various topics. So it's called Daily Dev. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
about
you
it.
can it's an extension on Chrome. You go install it, and you're able to just get a lot of articles again from different people who are writing about tech, and tech to be specific. So it's up to you to customize your
Preferences.
yeah
in
yeah
terms of topics.
yes.
Nice.
So daily
Daily dev.
yes
Daily Dev.
Daily
Okay,
Dev.
okay.
Also
It seems
on
like you guys
the
have been reading.
on the technical bit, I had forgotten. There's this one called Ray.so. It's used for blog. People write articles to take code snippets, and you
Oh,
can
yes.
comment on those code snippets and just tell people what the code is actually doing
Okay,
through
like
the
in a
comments.
tutorial.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Ray.so. Ray.so.
Oh, Ray.
Rayso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
It's a very good
I
one.
hope
Instead
these
of
companies that we're
taking,
mentioning can also sponsor us so that we can put some links on the bio.
yeah, instead of taking the screenshots, then you don't have maybe explanations on them. You can just use that, write
Yeah.
comments as you write the code, then
Nice.
share it on
You
LinkedIn.
say the name is what again?
Rayso. You can just say
Rayso.
Rayso, but it is
Rayso.
Ray.so.
Oh, okay.
Ray.so.
RAY so
.so.
.so. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll check them out.
So the other one is there's an extension called JPicker. So this one is for front-end developers. If you are trying to get the color of something, you see the way you're trying to imitate the exact color of a website. So you copy your whatever place,
Like zooms in.
yeah, to get the color. So yeah, that's another one for you front-end developers.
We also have color hunts for developers. People who don't know how to design or come up with color palettes for the way you have to use at least 3 colors in a website, not more. So you can go to color palette and just see which colors matches.
Like combine them.
Yeah.
See. Okay. For me, every time I have to do front end, one thing I do is I make sure that I just, if it's a client, I get inspiration from different sites or different designs. Most of the places I've been getting the designs from Dribble.
I think we should talk about
We
that.
should talk about that.
Yeah,
Right?
places
So
to get
if you don't have creative
Dribble.
energy, for me, I don't have it. I don't think I'm creative per se.
I don't
So-
like front end.
So whenever I have to design anything in any interface, I look for inspiration from different places. One of the places is Dribble. So Dribble, different product designers come on there to create user interfaces that some of them are free, others if you copy and paste they might charge you, but I think it's a good place to get started, not to copy maybe word by word, but to get inspiration on, if I put maybe a hero page here, if I put an image here, what kind of styling can I put there to make sure that it looks good.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think Figma is also a good place to, if you feel like you're a good designer, you can go and practice there, create your interfaces there, and come back and implement it or give it to your front-end guy.
Yeah, and to add on to Dribble, there is another one called Behance. So
Yes,
again, it's another
Behance.
good website for you to get or draw your inspiration from. If you know, it's good to see other people's work, and then maybe from there you can come up with one of your own. We're not saying you copy it fully, but it's a good place to draw inspiration. So Behance.com.
Also, in the spirit of money, I think it's also, if you're a good developer and you feel like you're very good at front end, or you're a product designer and you think that this is a good place, it's also a good place for you to create your own custom designs and sell them. Yeah, so that is one.
Behance.
Yeah, Behance as well. Even Dribble.
There's another one I'm forgetting.
Pixabay Pia also helps you to get images that you can use for your front end.
What about Pinterest?
And also Unsplash.
I never used Pinterest.
Pinterest. I think Unsplash is also a good place.
For images.
Yes. Yeah. Very good quality images. Some of them are free, others are super are pricey, but also they are very useful. I mean, if your company has or you have the budget for something, I feel like any good software costs money.
Yeah.
So if you want to pay for quality, then get it.
Okay. What pictures? I have another one. There is Pixels. Again, if you want to get good quality pictures for your design website, Pixels is another good option. Kind of looks like Pixabay. Yeah, they kind of look similar, but it's another great place.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened to Stack Overflow? That should have been the first, but nowadays,
have you heard that they have developed an AI?
No.
For
they should develop.
They have.
They have.
They are. They're in the process. It's called Overflow AI.
I think there was a tweet.
I heard about it.
Yeah,
but I don't have as much information about it. But yeah, Stack Overflow is a good place for you to get resources and get help from other developers on how to navigate, how to solve, how to debug, and all that. And I think one of the things that maybe
the next tool I want to talk about is called Grepper. It's an extension again on the Chrome browser, and what it does is when you search for, it helps you as a developer if you're looking for a certain, if you're looking, for example, you're googling how do I write a function in Python, it will actually return the results with a piece of code. So it returns your results with pieces of code that I find very, very helpful. Because you don't have to, you can see the piece of code there and you're able to understand what's going on. Yes. So
speaking of which, I think, have you guys used GitHub Copilot? It's also very, very useful in the same area. GitHub Copilot. It's AI enabled. You can install an extension on your, I think, any IDE, mostly Visual Studio Code, which you've been using. But I think also you can also add it as an extension, and it will help you on the same thing. Like code recommendation is like autocomplete for code. Yes.
IntelliJ. Yes.
But this one is
intelligence.
It's more
intelligent in terms of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a Copilot.
For sure.
Right.
Also on the extensions for this is a funny one. The live share for VS Code. Do you know about it?
What?
Yeah.
Where you can code with someone or someone can help you. And
I
blog.
I have live share.
Live share.
Yes.
The live share, live share has been good. Live share helps, like especially with debugging. You can give someone else control, and they will help you. They can write code directly. I think it comes in handy. I mean, also now on the same one, I think if you use Microsoft Teams, I think for enterprise, you can easily do that.
Collaborator feature.
Yes, so there's I give you access to my machine so that you can write code or navigate. It's a good one, especially in debugging where things are so hard. Sometimes you debug for so long and you're tired. You wish someone can just take it over. It's so
when they do, they find your mistake in less than 2 minutes.
Easily.
Something you had spent like minutes over 30 minutes trying to understand.
Someone comes in and spends a minute. Anyway,
but I think
it's
I
life.
had someone say that, you see, when it comes to debugging and the frustrations of it, sometimes you just need someone else to, or you just need a
help
break,
you.
or you just need a break from that code. Like wake up,
Oh,
go and come back to it. Otherwise, I think it's psychological. That mental exhaustion of you just looking at the same thing and trying to figure it out, and you're frustrated. You just need to look at it from a fresh POV or something of that sort.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, because there are times some people actually say another tip for debugging, if it has overstayed there, that error, you're not
20
getting
minutes.
it, shut it down, shut the laptop down.
No,
come back and then you find it works.
Okay. I thought you're shutting down.
No, sometimes no, sometimes it works. Shut the laptop down.
Have you met
10%.
deadline?
Then go and go out.
Not when you have
A deadline.
I mean, the deadline, you can take a walk and come back. But shutting down.
No, you shut down and walk. You let the computer breathe.
Okay. Okay. Then as you breathe as well, right?
As you breathe.
Okay, nice.
We also have roadmap.sh. Do you know about it?
Yes.
That helps beginners or even people who have been, the way we keep learning new stuff, keep learning new languages. So to easen the journey, you can go to roadmap.sh. It will break for you. If you want to learn React, you can just go to that website. You'll look at React, it will break for you. This is where you need to start from. This is where you'll need to go after this. The entire process or the entire steps that you need to take to ensure that you have learned every essential,
like all the tools required for you.
I
saw that
skills.
they even have one for DevOps. Like
they have
everything.
For cybersecurity,
data science,
everything.
They're doing a good job. So it's roadmap.sh.
Yeah.
So if you want to just some sort of a roadmap on how to learn in whichever field that you are in tech, I think you just go there. Then you can shows you step by step where you start from. If it's Frontend, I think it talks about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, all the front-end frameworks and libraries. Then it moves you, if you are back-end, what are some of the must-have skills and all that. It's
also,
very good.
Dev.docs also has documentation of everything that you want to learn. If it's Spring Boot, if it is Angular, if it is anything that you want to learn. So you just search what you want, then it will take you to the best documentation for Spring. But then nowadays I use Spring documentation to learn stuff.
There's one that you told me for Spring Book. What's its name?
Baldbag.
Come again.
I feel it's called Baldbag.
Bald.
Yeah.
Baldbag.
Yeah.
BALDBUG.
Yes.
Okay. For Spring Boot, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think the other one, this one is very common. There is the extension called Prettier on VS Code. So for this one, just helps you to format your code. You've written your code. Everything is everywhere. So Prettier will help you improve readability here for your code to look cleaner. Or just beautiful. Is it beautiful? Also, arranged is the word. Yes. So Prettier.
I mean, I think it also helps with sometimes debugging.
Because things are
well arranged and you know where to find what. And I think almost everyone, when it comes to now programming and coding, I think everyone should know a bit, depending on the OS that you're using or on the machine that you're using, keyboard format. It's very good for you to know a few keyboard shortcuts. And if you want to search in VS Code, if you Control F or Command F, if you want to
replace something, Control F, Control H.
If you have a similar, maybe 100 lines of code with the same thing, How do you make sure that you can format them in such a way that you can replace, just to reduce the redundancy? I feel like developers are one of the laziest people in this world because they're always trying to look for shortcuts to solve their problems. So anything that you get to make your work easier, just to learn it, especially when it comes to keyboard shortcuts, your way around the IDE that you're using. Very, very important. Very important. I think also one of the things that I've also been looking at, or one of the tools that I'm finding very useful, and this is a point I'm borrowing from Mwikali because she can't be here with us, is
Mwikali gets better soon.
Yes, please. So one of the things that she mentioned, and I related so much with it, was the Mozilla tools. The Mozilla documentation. Mozilla has very good documentation, especially when it comes to front-end development, using HTML, CSS, even XML, then JavaScript. So you don't remember from the intermediate junior trainings that we were doing? We were using a lot of Mozilla documentation.
Yes.
Even those principles.
It has
the design principles for software developer.
I think it's one of the best documentations you can find as a developer. I mean, besides the books, but it gives you some sort of guidance on how to go about things.
So, I remember.
Like quick lookup, especially quick lookup. I think for JavaScript, it helps so much with quick lookup. For JavaScript, like I need a string formatter. It's you can easily find it. It's a good
Mozilla
one.
Docs. Okay,
yes, Mozilla
noted.
Docs. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I have learned new. Reso.
Okay. I think also for me, one of the things that I'm also finding, there's right now, maybe I can just advertise this also. Oracle is giving free certifications for free courses for those who want to learn Oracle database and database management in Oracle. They are giving, I think it's up to end of August. So maybe by the time you see this, we'll still be a few weeks in. But in the spirit of learning new things like databases like Oracle and also learning new technologies, you can explore free courses. I think Andela and certificates. It also boosts your way around software engineering. I think one thing that I saw was Andela was also offering a course on React.
Yes.
There are a lot of online platforms or courses that you can find. I think the issue is just your consistency and ability and discipline to finish.
Because the opportunities are many. The question is,
will you finish?
Life.
Will you finish?
When you start,
Life.
But I think it's a good place. There are a lot of free resources. Sometimes you don't have to pay for a course. If you want to learn something quickly, just learn it and go. Yeah.
Maybe just to end it, as we maybe wrap it up. There is one channel in YouTube that I love. This guy is called Programming with Mosh. So, he's not paying me. I wish he would, but it's not a brand thing. But that guy is good, so you can check it out there. You can check him out if you want to. He has a lot of tutorials on different languages. So it's another good resource.
I wanted to talk about Sentry. I'm not sure if you know about Sentry.
I'm not. I don't. Please educate me.
Please.
It's used for debugging. Like you can, when you have to give it a link of your project, then it will help you know where exactly your code is not working as it should work.
Really?
Yeah. Called Sentry. A senior developer showed me his ways.
Wow.
It's a very interesting tool.
So it will automatically know what's
there are links that you have to input also.
But let me ask, if I am coding something, I already know it's not working maybe somewhere. So okay, how exactly?
It's like it's a quick lookup for debugging. I think it's like the way you can also use ChatGPT, which is something that I've also been using. If I've debugged and I'm tired, I can easily copy paste that code and say maybe at line 20 I'm getting
this
error. Help me debug it. Then it can give you several solutions for you to look into.
Okay,
also, Bird from Google also
Oh,
does that.
Also the
Bad.
console.
Yes.
The console in Chrome.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
the
a
developer
very
tools
wow.
on the Chrome. It's very
Oh
good.
gosh, there is also React developer tools now. Anyway, for another
Yes.
day. There's so
That's
many.
for another day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
also there's also another platform that we haven't talked about, I think, which is Global Tech Sellers, which is a podcast that talks about tech. And and I think one of the conversations that we are leading is we are providing information, especially for those starting and also those who want to walk the journey with us. We are not experts, but we are also trying in every way we can. So one of the things that we're doing is we're sharing content to make sure that you don't feel alone in this field, not just as a developer, but as a product designer, as someone who's interested in tech, as someone who just wants to have good conversations in this field.
Yeah.
We talk about careers, we talk about all things tech. Really.
Yes,
So
we are a very big resource, guys.
please
So
make sure that you subscribe, you follow, you share this. I feel like when people are giving plugs, I'm always plugging people on this podcast I listened to and I loved it. I mean, why don't
The
you plug
feedback.
someone else about?
Can tell your sister to tell
Please.
his
yeah.
brother.
In that spirit, I think you can see
Yeah.
what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing a
We have-
hoodie by Global Tech Sellers. Do you want to tell us more about it?
Yeah, so as you can see, we have hoodies, we have t-shirts, we
Yes.
have capes, we have
Water bottles.
In short, anything you want, we have it. So you just have to order it. We have a form. We'll link it down below, right? So that
Yeah.
you can order. Please support us, support our work. We are trying to, grow. So we will appreciate your support. But other than that, thank you so much for your support all through. Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. It was very nice being your host. Till next time.
Adios.
Bye bye.